In lesson 2, we're going to take our concepts of two-step equations and extend them to multi-step equations. So we're going to need to do more work. So the first example here, on the right-hand side, so, this stuff, we should notice that there are a couple of things that have x and a couple of things that don't. They really shouldn't be written separately. So the first thing we want to do is combine like terms. I have 2x's here, I have 5x's here, so in total I have 7x's on this side of the equation. I have a whole number 4 and a whole number -8. A whole 4 and a whole -8 combined to make -4. And now I have an equation from section 1. Add 4 to both sides. 7x is equal to 28. Divide both sides by 7. X will be 4. Okay. On our next example, you're probably freaking out a little bit because there are fractions. And to you I say, deep calming breath, children. Because we're going to kill them. Every fraction here has a denominator of 7, which means if I take the entire equation, yes, all of it, and multiply everything by 7, I'll just cancel out the denominators. 3y sevenths times 7 is just 3y. 5 sevenths times 7 is 5, and -1/7 times 7 is -1. And once the fractions are gone, you can see this is an equation like we had in section 1. We will subtract 5 from both sides so that 3y is equal to -6. We will divide both sides by 3 so that y is equal to -2. This is going to be the main gist of today. We're either going to need to combine like terms, we're going to need to kill fractions, or we may have to distribute in order to get ourselves equations that we can actually work with. So here we've got a bunch of fractions. Unfortunately, this time they don't all have the same denominator. So we want to know the least common denominator for 3, 4, 6, and 2. Remember, for an LCD, we start by saying, okay, what's the biggest? 6. Do the rest divide cleanly into 6? And the answer is no. So we check the next multiple of 6, which is 12. Do the rest of the denominators, 2, 3, and 4, all divide cleanly into 12? And yes, they do. So we are going to multiply everything by 12. Okay. To multiply a whole number in a fraction, the easiest way to do it is take the whole number, in this case 12, divide it by the denominator, and then multiply what you get to the numerator. So listen, I'm going to go through that each time here for all 4 of these. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 2p is 8p. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times p is 3p. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. And 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 7 is 42. Fractions are gone. This doesn't yet look like a two-step equation, though. So we need to combine like terms. So I have 11p. The -2 doesn't have anyone to combine with, so he's still -2. Now we're a two-step equation. We can add 2 to both sides. That gets me 11p equals 44. And then I can divide both sides by 11. And p equals 4. I invite you to pause the video and attempt this next example by yourself. It's just combining like terms. So when I combine those like terms, I'm going to have 11x. I'm going to have a positive 4. And that equals 37. I will subtract 4 from both sides to get 11x equals 33. And I will divide both sides by 11 to get x equals 3. Our last two examples, at least I'm pretty sure they're the last two, just have a bunch of fraction shenanigans to deal with. No biggie. What's the LCD? 4. They're all the same. You're going to like it when that happens, because essentially the denominators can just all go away. That is only true when all the denominators are the same. This is then a two-step equation. We'll subtract 7 from both sides to get 5n equals negative 10. We will divide both sides by 5 to get n is equal to 2. I pause you, yes. I invite you to pause the video and attempt the last problem. We're going to need the least common denominator of 2, 9, and 3, which is 18. So here's how we solve this thing. We will multiply everything by 18 to make the fractions go away. 18 divided by 9 is 2. 2 times 7x is 14x. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 times x is 9x. 18 divided by 9 is 2. 2 times 17 is 34. And we're going to squeeze this in. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. There are like terms on the left side to combine. I have two things that say x, so combine them. There are 23 x's here. Now I have a two-step equation. I can add 34 to both sides, like so. 23x will be equal to 46. I can then divide both sides by 23 to get a final answer of x being equal to 2.